Welcome back to our Sekiro 100% walkthrough. In the previous episode we took out the folding screen monkeys, and in this one we're going to be heading down the Sunken Valley. My name is Azzavhar or Azza. Now let's get into the video. Okay, so before we head back to Ashina Castle, we need to pick up some pellets from around the corner. So make sure to bag those bad boys. Then we're going to head to the idol, then travel, then Ashina Castle and Kuro's room. So from here we're going to head out the back of the castle. I don't think we've got any gourd seeds to give Emma, so we will leave Emma to her doctor ways. Going to head out the back here and jump on down. There's an item underneath the bridge, so we could grab that. Give that guy a quick sword to the face. Balloon there, onto the bridge, grapple on up. We've got a balloon just here as well. Let's bag that bad boy. And out the back gates of the castle here. We've got some monkeys in the woods. Not too sure what they're up to. Probably some kind of monkey business. Or a guess. Got an item here, bag this balloon, head on up. Press the idle and rest. We rest there because the monkeys sometimes follow us and chase us around, and it's not fun being chased around by monkeys. So talk to Tengu here, /Ishin. He talks about mastering a skill. Basically what he's talking about is these skills here. Basically what he wants us to do is learn the skill on the far right hand side of any of the skill trees. Could be literally any of these. The one that is closest for us, or the one that is mostly completed, is this skill tree here, Ashina Arts. So we only need to learn Ichimonji double and Ashina cross. So we'll focus on this one, but we'll leave that for now. Just keep it in mind that once you have mastered a skill tree, you want to talk to Ishin again, so we can be rewarded with an additional skill tree. So leave that for now. So we're going to head on down. Jump down, grab this branch. We've got a idol here as well. Grab this. We're going to reverse up the hill. There's an enemy just up on the ledge in front of us. They are doing a patrol. They've just started their patrol in the opposite direction. And we want to give them about 2 seconds. 1, 2. There we go. So they'll be at the end of their patrol this way. Then we can go over here. And usually doing it that way is quite smooth. Jump on up. And jump on up again. Shimmy across here. If you're feeling brave, you could technically jump and then wall jump across this entire gap, if you want to. And we've got a prayer bead over here. Jump on down. Prayer bead is in front of us. Pick up that bad boy. And we've got this enemy here. Couple of items to pick up. That's all that for now. Then Homeward Idol and Last Communed. That'll take us back. And then we're going to head on a bit further into the Sunken Valley. We've got to take on the gun fort as well, which is a bit of a pain in the butt. And we've got a gourd seed coming on up. Grab this ash, jump on down, grapple, and get ready to attack. Usually just like 2 or 3 hits for those enemies. They're not really too crazy. Just a couple of sword pokes. Sorts them out. Now we're going to jump back on ourselves a little bit here. We've got a couple of enemies to take out here. That's one. Then we're going to jump off and grapple up. Then we got 2. Usually just constantly attacking there pretty much sorts them out. You just keep on attacking. It usually breaks their posture. That was a gourd seed there, so make sure to bag that gourd seed. That's important. Jump on down. And then down, and then down. Ceramic shard. Jump across this gap. We've got a cheeky little lizard. Give them a poke. Just a little tickle. And then shimmy on over here. And mini boss is quite close at this point. Don't forget we just picked up a gourd seed, so you could use that gourd seed at Emma if you desire. Sometimes that air death blow is a bit dodgy, I don't know why. That's misses, but there you go. There's an enemy here that has a giant cannon. This enemy can pack a punch. So usually you can sort of like slide through their shot. Sometimes it doesn't always work. That one did. That one did not. So precise timing. Usually after they've done a roll like that, they'll shoot. And you can slide through it. Hold up. There we go. Trying to show you the slide, but sometimes it's a bit funky. Like that. So Mortal Draw is good to use here. So what I tend to do is try and get a slide in, then go for the Mortal Draw like that. If that makes sense. I will usually finish them off. So yeah, just keep in mind, after they've done a roll, they will usually follow that up with the shot. Most of the time you can slide forward through the shot and then follow that up with a Mortal Draw, which should do a fair amount of damage. I've got an NPC here that talks about the gun fort up ahead, saying that the gun fort has essentially kicked their butt, which we can see. And we're going to go straight in for the mini boss here, so jump on down. And jump across. So once again, similar kind of strat, what we just used there with the kind of slide and the Mortal Draw. This mini boss is very, very similar to the enemy we just fought a second ago. So we're going to be using Mortal Draw, Firecrackers, Echo Sugar, Fistful of Ash. You don't technically need to use Ash. Don't use too many because we do need to keep some Ash for bosses later on in the run as well. So don't go too crazy on the Ash. But try and show you how the Ash works as well. So let's give it a blast. Echo Sugar to start the fight. Run on up, Mortal Draw. Does a massive amount of posture damage. Perfect parry there. Watch out for that because it wrecks. Slide. That's the first one. And I'm going to try and show you a bit of the Ash if possible. I'm going to throw that. It should create a dust cloud. There we go. Gives you a few seconds to do whatever you need to do. You could heal. You could run around the back, use Mortal Draw. You know, whatever kind of works. You want to dodge backwards for that one, get out of the way. You can also do perfect parries. After the kick, she usually follows up with a shot after the kick. So if you see a kick like that, then slide forward. Same tactic, Mortal Draw. Same tactic that we did before with the previous cannon enemy. We can also slide forward, Mortal Draw. Usually it works most of the time. You can also use Firecrackers like so. Gives you a few seconds to do whatever. There we go. So I just wanted to show you a few different things you could kind of do on that bit there. So there we go. Got some Ash over here, and I believe there's an item tucked away down there. There is, so feel free to bag that. You don't really need to grab this item down here if you don't want to, but I'll just show you because this is basically you just get shot by about 1,000 people at the same time. You do a stealth death blow there. Just make sure to dodge here because there's like a million bullets coming your way, which is not ideal. Not ideal. A million bullets headed towards you. So after that, we're going to shimmy on over, just crouch here for a little bit. And at this point, we're just going to be patient shinobis. And use a green sugar. We're going to run and zigzag. So kind of like go a little bit left and right. Just because they're going to shoot you. And again. Watch out for all the shots. There's quite a few of them over there. Might get shot in the air there, but no, we're safe. So on that bit, just hang fire here a little bit. Once again, we're going to be patient shinobis together here. Now just wait until the yellow is kind of gone away, which should be round about now. There it is. Jump on up and then jump on up again. Up to the branch here. This bit, there's just a bunch of items. There's nothing too crazy. It's just a lot of shooting, looting. That was not the intended strat there. That was supposed to be a stealth. Death blow there, but Sekiro decided to swipe the leg. I mean, it's an option. It's certainly an option. It's not an option I would have chosen, but there we go. So once you are up here, there's some things on the floor that basically make a very loud bang. You can see them. Kind of like this straw rocks stuff here. They don't actually do any damage, but they alert the enemies. Technically kind of jump over them and stuff. Or trigger them like that. Obviously did that on purpose, just to show you the thing there. So yeah, you can just run on these. Doesn't really do too much. Just makes it insanely loud bang. So that's that. You can also grab an item just down here by jumping to the left, hugging the wall there. Might be able to get a stealth here if we're lucky. Yeah, so nothing too crazy in this area. It's basically just shooting, looting, picking up items and stuff like that. And like I say, don't worry if you stand on these sort of explosive things. It's not the end of the world. There's usually an enemy here, but for some reason they are not there. Maybe we took them out a second ago, I can't remember. But that's fine for now. We're going to grab this item just down here as well, which is Gokhan's sugar. Could technically stealth kill this. So a couple of enemies up there. I've got the cannon enemies. Sometimes those can be a bit of a pain. I think there's like 2 or 3 of them as well. I think there's one more item up here actually that I might not have grabbed. Yes. There we go. Upgrade material. I think this enemy was supposed to be over in the place where I mentioned before, but they must have sort of come over this area because of all the noise and stuff, perhaps. Anyway, that's kind of that. Got some items to pick up over here. What I would probably do here, because these enemies can be a bit spicy, is grab this first of all, snapseed up here, there's 3 of them, and then to take on that area there, I would run through here, press this statue and actually rest. And then that resets their positions and we can kind of do this reverse order and sort of go back in and take them out from that way. They've got a pellet, yellow gunpowder, heavy coin purse. That's it for there. So what you could also do here, if you wanted to, probably wouldn't do this like for too long, but it's entirely up to you. You can actually farm that one enemy for quite some time if you want to do that. So you could for example, use some balloons. So you've got this one, which gives you extra resurrective power for a time. This one is higher chance of obtaining spirit emblems. This one's higher chance of item drops. This one's higher chance of more sen. So for example, you could pop a balloon, and then you could run up, backstab, run back down. I'm also holding down, I'm holding B and X at the same time, so I'm kind of sprinting whilst absorbing the sen at the same time. Just run back down, rest, enemies back up again. You can just stab them in the back. So it got 78 sen. And you can just pretty much just do that as many times as you would like. I think we've got some Gourd seeds and stuff to use. We've got mini boss just around the corner, so probably a good idea to go back to Kuro's room. So I'm just going to talk to Emma for a second and see what she has to say. Pop her a Gourd seed.
I'm glad.
So give Gourd seed. Yes, there we go. Sounds good.
I still don't get to come and see me.
I will.
And that is that for now. Not sure if Kuro wants to say anything.
My lord.
You
I did.
Incense burner, we smelt it before.
Scent.
You've smelled it.
I believe so.
Now that Lady Emma said that once long ago,
There was
a
a sakura tree at the rear of the castle.
relevant to our
Okay, so not too much for now. See what we can. We've got 5 skill points. I think I'm going to focus on finishing this skill tree so that I can get the extra skill tree from Ishin. So I'm going to go ahead and pop that bad boy there. Other than that, we're going to travel back to Sunken Valley and Gun Fort. So this mini boss coming up is one of those ones with the like claws on both hands, and they kind of do the crazy left, right. Very fast swipes. So with this one, I'm going to use Echo. Pretty much the same setup that we've actually got at this moment in time, but I'm going to manually use a Divine Confetti from the inventory as well. So with this one, essentially we're going to be using firecrackers and then trying to get behind the enemy, then going in for the mortal draw, which should do quite a lot of damage. Combined with the Echo and Divine Confetti as well, it should pile on the damage. So yeah, let's go for it. So I'm going to pop on this Echo Sugar and also the Confetti and open up with Firecrackers. And Mortal Draw into Firecrackers, Mortal Draw, that's round 1. Perhaps get the Ash ready as well. I'll show you the Ash. I'll give you a few seconds, get round the back, Mortal Draw. Throw the Ash, you might want to back up. It didn't throw it in time. That's fine. So yeah, you want to throw the Ash from quite a distance to make sure that you've got the distance to actually throw it. Jump the Perilous as well. There we go. So a bit of a spicy one. Definitely use the Ash if you want to buy yourself a second. But just beware with the Ash. You've got to be quite a fair distance back away from the enemy so that they sort of like don't get you in the crazy claw attacks. So we've got a prosthetic tool here, large fan, make sure to get that. And we can use the key item here to open this. Gun Fort key. Drop down here, we've got some stuff to pick up before we continue on our adventure. Got upgrade material just hiding away in that corner. And I believe it's prayer beads, if I'm not mistaken, that's coming up in a second. Which should take us to 4 out of 4 prayer beads. I believe the right hand side is like a blocked tunnel. So this, we're going to go this way. jump up. We want to be going up here. And to here. And then we're about to get jumped by about 1,000 enemies all at the same time. That item over there, I believe, is Antidote Powder, so it's not really too important, but the prayer beads are these ones here, which are more important. I'll try and grab both. I'm going to use a pellet before I jump down, because it'll give us health regen, because we're about to get... jump down, and just basically jump straight back up. That's all you need to do there. And there's an extra item over here. I think it's maybe Divine Confetti or something like that. It is, yeah, grab that. And just watch out for all the lizards and stuff. Jump back up. And then we're going to make our way over here. This wooden platform kind of thing. Grab this and then make our way down to the spirit emblems just there. Bag those bad boys. Jump on up. We should have 4 out of 4 prayer beads at this point. So, yeah, we do. Use those. Increase health. And our posture bar as well. Which is always good. Other than that, not sure if we've rested actually, so... Yeah, so pop a cheeky rest. And we're going to head out the back. So this bit we will get attacked by a giant snake on this bridge. So what we're going to do is sort of run forward and then jump off to the right when you see that. There we go. So jump off, swim straight towards this tunnel. Wait in the tunnel for a second until the snake does that. Then when the snake does that, sort of swim on up, run forward. Once you're in here, you're safe. And the snake will retreat. So there we go, bag this idol. We're going to be checking out a swamp area. There's a couple of ways to get down to the swamp below us. Basically there's a developer intended way, and then I go a different way. So I'll show you the way that I do it first of all, and then I'll show you the developer intended way as well. So what I usually do is get to this this ledge up here, the one before the grapple up, and you want to be sort of like jumping off round about here on this tip, or here on this tip here. I usually go for this one. Jump off, and then look for the branch, spam your grapple. Just before you hit the floor, it gets the grapple. And that essentially skips quite a lot of stuff up the top there, but we'll go up there in a second. I'll show you that stuff up there as well. So essentially you want to be looking for this merchant, you want to be going in that tunnel behind the merchant. That's essentially the way we are headed. You can grab this green gourd here, which helps against poison, reduces poison buildup, and increases poison resistance. So you'll notice that if we do get this and use it, we can sort of like walk in this poison swamp without too much hassle. So that's the sort of like quick way down. I'm just going to show you that there should be some items there knocking around. Nothing too crazy in terms of items around here. It's basically just another kind of like loot and shoot area. So I'll just do this half of this swamp first. Use that green gourd if I haven't already. I have not. There we go. So you'll notice now that if when we're in the poison, it's less poisonous. Got a few monkeys up ahead. These can be a bit spicy. We technically could use a green sugar if we have a few. We'll see. I don't think you have to use a green sugar here, but I'm just going to use it and see if it's any use. It may or may not be, but we'll find out in a moment. I'm using it to kind of like sneak around the back of these monkeys here. So balloon, it's not too important. Got a monkey that's kind of watching, you know, on lookout there. We've got a lot more monkeys here as well. Ideally, you want to grab this one first. There we go. Because that one is... That monkey is an absolute mad lad. Absolute mad lad, that one. He's got like double swords and starts to go crazy with double swords. So yeah, it turns out there that the green sugar is a good idea, so feel free to do that and walk around the sides there like I did. Or you can fight them head on. Upgrade material here. Light coin burst here. I think our resistance to poison might have gone. Wait a minute. It seems. Okay, so that's kind of cleared out this section here. And then the other way to do it is I'm going to go back to the idol that was up above us. The other way to do it is to kind of like go through a kind of like monkey territory. There's a few branches down the opposite side that make it a bit easier to sort of like work your way down to the poison area, because the way that I do it's a bit butt clenchy. Although it's always been consistent, it's never really failed. It's always worked. But the other way of doing it, this is going down this way. The sort of like developer intended way is down here. There's a bunch of items in this area, but I'm just going to leave those for now because we're going to go through this area properly a little bit later. But essentially you want to be heading towards the end here. Towards the end of the valley, like up here. We can also grab this idol whilst we're here, might as well. But it is relatively safe just to sort of like run straight through there. Not really too much hassle. You can also use a green sugar, make yourself invisible to make it slightly easier as well. What about dried fruit? I'm going to keep the rice for now, but she's talking about dried fruit, which is she's talking about a serpent heart, essentially. So you can see there's quite a few branches and stuff. We've got this giant tree going off here, and then a few branches that kind of littered around below us a little bit. So the idea here is to try and work your way down. And look out for these branches below. I think it's this one here and then over here. I don't normally go this way, to be fair. I normally go the first way that I showed you. But yeah, just look out for those grapples. And work your way down here. This is the dev intended way of going down to the swamp. I think we should have the green gourd refill ready. Yeah, because we rested at the idol, so we got the green gourd refilled. So yeah, if you head down to this section, this is the less butt clench way of jumping down there to the swamp. I think there's one of those crazy monkeys around with a double sword somewhere. Yeah, there. This guy is an absolute mad lad. Just beware of those. Other than that, I think that's kind of that section sorted. So we're going to push on forward. We're going to have to use the Puppeteer Ninjutsu in just a second as well. So nothing too crazy in this area once again, just picking just random items and stuff like that, nothing too wild. It usually works out safer to be faster in this area here. I'm going to leave that item for now. In fact, I will go for it, but we've got to take out these lizards to make that happen. So just going to put some poison resistance and stuff, because these can be a pain. As you can see. There's a lot of poison here. So Fistful of Ash times 2. Honestly, that's probably not worth grabbing the Fistful of Ash, to be totally fair. You can see why we need poison resistance and stuff here. Got these crazy things that jump out of the wall as well. It's like a Dark Souls 2 kind of thing there. But essentially, there you just want to be sort of hugging this left wall a little bit and sort of heading on through here. You want to be jumping on down here. This section, this platform here, this section here, and then jumping up here. Make sure to have your Puppeteer on for this. Your Puppeteer Ninjutsu. Jump to this platform. Grab these spirit emblems that are put there for this particular reason. For this monkey Puppeteer Ninjutsu, this monkey is going to be very kind for us. I'll Puppeteer them to lure this snake. They'll jump up there, wave at the snake. As soon as the snake moves the head, just like that, make sure to grapple up and run straight in. You've got to be quite fast, otherwise you'll die. In that section. This is a particular important item here. This one here, this dried serpent heart here. So make sure to grab this one. It's very important to grab this bad boy here. So, and then we grapple on up. I believe we've got some divine confettis just around the corner. There we go. 3 divine confettis. Jump on up. We have a mini boss just in front of us, so grab this idol and pop a cheeky rest. There we go. We've got 3 skill points that we can use, but we're going to hold on to those for now. Trying to get that machine across. So this mini boss here is pretty much the same as the previous one that we did with the gun. So similar setup. Going to have the firecrackers, and don't really need ninjutsu for this one. Firecrackers and mortal draw, things like that. So we can technically get one of these death blows via stealth. So just grapple, run directly in the middle of these two. Get this one on the right. Other one takes 2 hits or 3 hits. To take those out, and then grab the items that are dotted around. We're going to crouch, go to stealth mode, crouch around the back here. So the first one that we're going to go for is stealth. And to make this fight a bit easier, we're going to run around this corner here. We're going to pop some items. We want an echo. for attack boost, and then we want... Going to use a divine. Yes, I'm going to use a divine as well. So wait for them to pop around the corner. They got a cheeky shot in there. Firecrackers and mortal draw. Mortal draw. That's the fight. And a prayer bead there as well. So yeah, just watch out for those shots from that enemy because they pack a massive punch. So just going to grab an item here. We're going to grapple up from there to here. Run through, duck underneath. Then before ducking underneath the second bit, make sure to stand up and look to your side. We're going to be jumping up here. There we go. Some gunpowder. Also, I think this is a prayer bead. Yeah, I think it said we had 2 of those. So grab the prayer bead from up here as well. Top of here. Gonna grab this item here as well. Pop a cheeky rest. And I think for this episode here, we shall wrap this one up. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, remember to like, subscribe, and drop a comment. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.